Just hours ago, Governor Newsom signed more bills into law. In an effort to address homelessness, he created Proposition 1, and it will be up to voters in March to decide if the state's mental health and substance use treatment system should be changed. So if approved, $6.4 billion in the form of a bond would set up new behavioral health treatment and housing around the state, creating more than 11,000 new behavioral health beds and housing, along with 27,000 outpatient treatment slots. It would also update the Mental Health Services Act, passed in 2004, originally authored by Sacramento Mayor Darrell Steinberg, who was at today's bill signing.
Every dollar, every program, every roof means one more person off our streets.
The proposition is promising to train tens of thousands of workers. Funding would also be set aside specifically for veterans housing. And this comes as frustrations are just reaching a boiling point. Community members tell us that they are fed up with what feels like too few solutions rolling out too slowly. So our Becca Habegger spoke with a community advocate in South Sacramento's Parkway and Meadowview neighborhoods who want to see more accountability.
Something has to be done, and we have to put our foot down.
Bishop Chris Baker says the homelessness crisis is fueling blight at his local shopping center.
It attracts a lot of crime. It attracts open sex acts. There's needles over there. There's drugs being done over there. I'm not just standing here saying it. I shop here, and I've seen it myself. I've reported it.
Baker has lived in this South Sacramento community for the better part of 3 decades. He worries about the businesses in this shopping mall on the southwest corner of Florin Road and Franklin Boulevard, most of them mom and pop shops.
Should they be allowed to close their doors just because of this? No.
He says he's speaking on their behalf because many worry about retaliation if they were to speak out. A local small business owner told me off camera they've seen some in the unhoused community harass customers.
They should be able to shop without being harassed, without being panhandled aggressively. They should feel comfortable.
The community is at a breaking point.
I met Baker last month when he attended Sacramento County District Attorney Tien Ho's news conference, where Ho announced he is suing the city of Sacramento for failing to adequately address the homelessness crisis.
So what you're doing, if it takes that, and I support you in doing it.
Baker calls the DA's lawsuit bold and needed action. Baker also supports the city's announcement this week that a safe stay community of 175 tiny homes and community wellness campus with wraparound services will go in this empty lot along Stockton Boulevard, just over 2 miles from this shopping center.
But here's the issue with that. How will we get them in there? We'll have a percentage of some that'll say, yeah, I want to go there, get myself together. But let's look at the other percentage that don't want to do it.
Bob Erlenbush, local advocate for the unhoused, says he doesn't believe forcing people into treatment is the right path, and points out that some people might turn down services if the offer comes from law enforcement.
If you have a team that's multidisciplinary, includes people with lived experience, build up that trust, and then people will take the services.
And Becca joins us now. You also spoke with some of the business owners in that shopping area. What are they really seeing?
Alex, one business owner didn't want to go on camera for fear of retaliation, but she told me they're worried they have to close their store. They routinely find trash and even human feces outside the front and back of their business when they arrive in the morning. Customers have been harassed by some of the people experiencing homelessness. And this business owner says, and showed me, they're now keeping mace by the register for their safety.
Yeah, we know a lot of business owners who we've talked to. I mean, they are just fed up and they want to see some changes.
Yeah, and they say they worry that more tiny homes in the South Sacramento area and that 175 tiny home area that we talked about yesterday will perhaps attract more unhoused folks to their shopping center. So they feel like there are a lot of a high concentration of homelessness solutions in the South Sacramento area. So there's an equity point there too.
All right, Becca, thank you so much.